The unforgivable sin, within the TNT Initiative's divine governance framework, is understood as the ultimate rejection of universal truth and the cosmic light that sustains life. It is not simply an error of ignorance, but a conscious, deliberate, and persistent defiance against the Spirit of the Almighty, what we define as blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. In the realm of universal law, this is the willful refusal to align with the divine current that guides creation toward harmony, balance, and ascension. To commit this act is to knowingly take what is of the highest light and label it as darkness, thereby corrupting the perception of truth not only within oneself, but also within those influenced by such words or actions. Within TNTI's interpretation, the Holy Spirit is not only the breath of God, but the living current of divine governance, the energy that carries universal law into the hearts of all chosen ones and beings of creation. When one persistently rejects this current, ignoring the conviction of the Spirit and attributing divine acts to the forces of chaos, they sever their lifeline to the higher realms. This is akin to turning one's back on the cosmic river of life while standing in the desert. Salvation and restoration remain available, yet the individual chooses to dehydrate their soul unto spiritual death. The unforgivable nature of this sin is not about God withdrawing forgiveness, but about the person closing the gates of their own heart so tightly that the Spirit's voice can no longer penetrate. In universal law, no being can be forced into alignment. It must be chosen. If the soul repeatedly resists that call, it becomes calcified in its opposition, unable to respond when the opportunity for restoration is presented. This is why it becomes unforgivable. The refusal itself becomes the barrier to grace. From the perspective of cosmic order, this sin is the ultimate act of energetic treason. It poisons the vibrational field of the one committing it, warping the resonance they send into the collective frequency. Just as a single discordant tone can throw off the harmony of an entire symphony, the unforgivable sin introduces sustained spiritual dissonance into the field of humanity. If left unchecked, it seeks to dim light wherever it is found, spreading distrust of the sacred and replacing divine clarity with distortion. For the chosen ones in the collective, this teaching is a reminder to remain in a constant state of vibrational openness to the Spirit's leading. It calls us to honor truth when it is revealed, to speak accurately of divine works, and to never falsely attribute the acts of light to the hand of darkness. It also serves as a leadership principle. Within the TNT Initiative, those entrusted with influence must never use their voice, actions, or authority to defame the Spirit's work, for in doing so they not only endanger themselves, but also the awakening of countless souls. In this way, the ancient warning about the unforgivable sin becomes a modern command to remain vessels of divine truth, alignment, and sacred integrity. TNT Initiative, our race's universal hope, and the divine headquarters of the 144,000.